Minister of Water and Sanitation, Pemmy Majodina, is visiting the Lesotho Highlands Water Project this week to review the construction of Phase 2. The minister's tour will focus on the massive Podihadi Dam site, a cornerstone of the project set to significantly augment water transfers to South Africa. Her visit underscores the government's commitment to securing a long-term water supply for Gauteng and other water-stressed regions of South Africa. The minister is joining us now to talk us through, Minister, what you have been doing since yesterday.
Thank you very much, Putvuyo, and your viewers of Newsroom. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Since we came here on Monday, we have visited the site. We had to fly over Highlands Dam. You'll remember that Highlands Dam was our Phase 1, which is currently giving South Africa water, which is a very huge dam. Then we went to Podihadi. Podihadi that's a work package, not only focusing on one thing. One, there's a dam, which is Podihadi. There are bridges that are connecting to the dam, but also there are feeder roads. There are areas where we had to remove households and compensate them. There are areas like schools and prisons that are to be relocated. So that project is not just about excavation in the dam, but it goes beyond that. It's quite a huge project. But if I may just give a report to you, is that one, I'm satisfied about the construction up to this far, what is happening on the sites, all the sites. Two, there are delays. Some are attributed to inclement weather. Some are attributed to lack of relevant material that is needed there. Just a month ago, 89 trucks, I mean big trucks, the horse and trailer trucks, were unable to go up the mountain because of the snow, and they were bringing the huge material which is about to drill the tunnel. So there's a lot that is happening, and I'm happy this far.
But let's start with the delays. We know the situation in Lesotho, and snow is a big part of what happens in that country. Was that not foreseen and factored in?
It was, but due to climate change, things are happening at the extremes. Remember that this project is not a simple project. You're talking Lesotho that is mountainous. The terrain needs extra effort. So something that we could have done easier in PE or East London, you cannot do at the same time here because of the terrain. So it is important that when you procure, and you will not know everything up until you finalize and complete all the designs. So some of the designs are still done as I speak, because you had to change the initial plans and adhere to the terrain of the area.
Well, the reason, Minister, people are in awe of this project is precisely because of the outstanding construction that is part of it. It's been the ability to negotiate that mountainous terrain, again, which then says that in itself is not really new. It's actually the reason why people have been have given it, riveting reviews.
This project, Putvuyo, has joint ventures, international companies, the national companies, which is Lesotho and South Africa. But as a matter of fact, we had to undertake this project. And at the time when it started, you'll remember, it was not easy to go out on the financial markets and be able to raise the funds that we needed. But now we are comfortable in terms of that. Hence, we are here to oversight, and we're able to say there is progress that has been made. You see, when you meet a big mountain that we had to collapse for you to do some digging in terms of the dam, it will take longer than you envisaged. So even your own house, when you build, there are some of the things that will come in that you did not plan for, that are unforeseen. So this project is not different from that. But that we have delivered on phase 1, Katse Dam. So our plan is little bit reinforced to ensure that the challenges that we met during the Katse construction, we deal with that in this project. That is why we had to go to an extent of having these international companies. There are some specialists in terms of engineers coming from South Africa who are building these bridges. Notwithstanding to mention young scientists and engineers from South Africa, young women who are also civil engineers that are working on the project. So this is a huge project, and we don't want to equate the money factor and the delays. We know what caused the delays, but also we are making a turnaround plan. How do we catch up on the time lost? We have communicated with contractors that they must beef up their teams that are working on the site, so as to ensure that we complete the project on time.
But to all those reasons, Minister, the enormity of the work, the causes you've spoken about, of the delays, training our young engineers, do all those things justify the ballooning of the costs from 8 billion rands to 53 billion?
You know, that estimation of 8 billion, that was in 2009. We're now in 2024. Remember, there's escalation of prices in each and everything. The delays of 9 years has also costed us this, and those delays were caused by many things. And now we have started the project. And if you have listened to my opening remarks, I was saying it is not just a dam, because what people do, they think about only the dam. There is the dam, yes, which is a big dam. There are tunnels. There are bridges. The first 2 bridges are done. We still have 7 more bridges to be built. There are feeder roads. There is relocation of people from one area to another. There is compensation. All that they build up to this money. So whoever ran with 53 billion that is meant for the dam only, that is not only the dam. That is why we are going to invite you, all media houses, to come to this project in December when I come back here, so that what you talk about, you are able to see how, the magnitude of the project that you are attending to.
But I guess the point really, Minister, is to, or maybe I should put this differently. How confident are you that with everything that is happening there, the problems we've spoken about, why there are all these delays, whatever is the justification for the ballooning of course, how confident are you that tomorrow, not by tomorrow, I don't mean necessarily tomorrow, could be next week, next month, next year, or in another 10 years, as was the case with the previous 9 years, we won't be coming around, or the government won't come around and say, oops, we didn't see this one coming. We think, as was suspected, there may have been unscrupulous people out there who have hijacked this project, that there may have been a mishap here or there. In other words, have you put systems in place to make sure that tomorrow you're not going to turn around and say we were lied to or we were hoodwinked?
Thank you very much for that question. We have put a turnaround time how to compensate on the lost time. People are working shifts here. Contractors who are given a particular target of work to deliver on such and such time, if they don't, some of the package of that work is taken away from them and be given to another contractor that is performing very well. So that on its own, it brings competition in the on site that I must finish what is allocated to me on time. So that is one a turnaround plan that we're involved in. The second one is that this I cannot say here now. There will. I'm confident that there will be no other excuses. But as far as we are concerned, we have put the systems in place. Hence, on a quarterly basis, myself and Minister of Lesotho seated here next to me will come and do oversight in the plant, not online. So that will also make it a point that those that are in construction in the sites, they are on their toes because they know that we are coming. So if there is anything go by, like if the contractor is running short of cash, then the contractor must see to finish. It is not our baby. What we have contracted people to do is to deliver on a specified time on the budget that has been put aside and voted by this government, that let's go out and get these funds. So I don't see anything that might drag us. But as I said to you, if there is an inclement weather, there's nothing that we can do. If there are things that are above our own making as human beings, then we must allow that. Hence, in the program, we are also flexible that a project can delay with a year or so because of these external factors.
And together with your counterpart, you've also addressed part of the problem, apparently, for the delay was the fact that the negotiations around contracts and the appointment of contractors was delayed. Are you going to ensure that no longer becomes the problem going forward?
Yes, Putvio, we are going to ensure that that does not hold us back. But also the issue of job opportunities, the issue of service delivery to ordinary people of Lesotho, because there is misinformation about this project. There is an information that South Africa is just taking water, is stealing water from Lesotho. We are not stealing water. We're paying hundreds of millions on royalties. So that is why we are working so close with Lesotho. So what we are going to do, we have agreed with the minister that we must go out and inform Basotho to say these are the positives of this project. If you can go drive right now, the road infrastructure feeder roads, the lodges that have been built there, the permanent houses that have been, they are out of this world. So people must know that we are not taking water free. There is no free water, but also they are benefiting economically and socially out of this project. And now, Basotho people in this area, they must guard jealously against anyone who want to stop the project. Because if they stop the project, they will suffer as Basotho. So we are working together in South Africa and Lesotho. And you might remember that in April there was a BNC which said we must come up with an acceleration plan for this project. That is why we are here today. We are committed in ensuring that we will deliver. Come in the next 12 months, we'll be talking something different. The bridge will be done by February. The single bridge, the biggest bridge, which is 88 meters tall. So it will be done. So there is work that is done. But where we are supposed to get to, the final product should be about that water coming from Podihadi Dam.
And that's where we're going to leave it. Minister, and thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Water and Sanitation Minister Pemmy Majodina speaking to us from Lesotho, where they have been since Monday to actually look into progress that is being made for that phase 2 of the Lesotho Highlands Water Projects, which, as she has considered is not without problems.